Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in to check out your boy, P Farm. Thinking right out here, rocking the black today, doing what I do for you in the lab, where I get all my work done to give to you. Let's do what we do. I got you. Got something nice for you today. You know the deal. Let's rock. Rightism. 25 rules to live by. Storytelling. Story with a message. The message in the story for life. I give life lessons. You tune in receiving them. We got a good thing going. I appreciate you. Let's rock. Right thinking mission, and I'm on it, is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right thinking with right through mental and spiritual discipline daily will help and guide you to obtain your goal of spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. My goal is to do just that. Get all my right thinkers to know thyself with the lessons that I put forth for you to do just that. That's the object of what I'm trying to get done, to give you the information so that you could know thyself. Let's go. So I asked the question, do you know you? It's rhetorical, but if you don't have the answer for yourself, tune in. I can help you with that. That's what I do for you. A person who knows not, and knows not that they know not, foolish, disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple. You teach them. That's why I do what I do for you. Appreciate you. Stay tuned. I got more for you. A person who knows not and believes that think that they know is dangerous. Avoid them. I do. A person who knows and knows not that they know is spiritually asleep. I can awaken them. I'm the spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge of self. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers, know thyself. And as always, to my yacht, be true. Let's start with question and answer. Right thinkers, let's talk about, I'm going to ask a few questions that if you're going to be initiated into an order or be a part of something, these are questions that you might want to ask. First of all, what is right thinking philosophy, aka Shetaut meta? Excuse me. And you might want to know what is the essential philosophy of right thinking, aka Shetaut meta. You want to know the etymology of the term Shetaut. Now, let me break a few things down for you. And what's the purpose of life? Another good question. I'm going to answer for you. And then you're going to have a philosophy of the afterlife, a quick breakdown for that. And all of this is to get you to what? To become Akhus. That's A-K-H-U-S. That means an enlightened being. And when you do that, you have reached the state of Nihas, aka the great spiritual awakening. So let's go. This is going to be a good lesson. I got a few lessons for you. Okay? First, let's start out with what is Shetaut meta, aka right thinking philosophy. Let's break that down. Shetaut means secret. Netter means divinity or God. So Shetaut means secret, the secret divinity. We're going to learn. I'm going to teach you about the hidden one, the secret. That's why it's a secret. You have to get understanding and you have to learn it. It's only a secret and a mystery to those who don't know. Let's go. So the teachings about the secret, hidden, supreme being. That should be clear as a bell for you. Let's go. So now we will examine with the hieroglyphic text the definition of Shetaut meta. Shetaut is the first word. It means secret or hidden or mysterious. Okay? And the flag looking symbol means netter. They didn't have a physical being for the netter. They had a flag wrapped around in bandages, but to represent the netter. Okay? The hidden one. Now, so therefore, what's the netter mean divinity? It can mean God or goddess, okay, netter. It means divinity in general, God. Shetaut meta, therefore, means the teaching about the secret, hidden, supreme being. I don't want you to believe in him. I want to teach you how to know him and how to make him part of your life. That's the deal, okay? Or divine mysteries. This is the earliest term, okay, that we have on record for the term religion again, and it comes from Africa again. It is important to acknowledge this. Why? Because for many years, most of your Western missionaries, we're going to talk about them, and scholars were trying to convince what African people and others that what the Africans had no word for the term religion. Really? See, you can't call me, or you can't think of me as being intellectual 1 minute for one reason, and then think I'm stupid the next. AKA, don't piss in my face and tell me it's raining. That's playing me for a sucker. Don't like that. Don't try that. So that's the concept that a lot of the missionaries and the scholars did to a lot of people. Okay, and that African spirituality had no name, no title. How could that be? Therefore, it's really what? It's just a form use to use a term that religion, that others, African people and other African had no name, and it really is a form to use the term that a Muslim, watch this, a Muslim gentleman told me, primitive speculation is what he called it. While visiting Egypt, I was told by a Muslim person that Islam is the real religion. Really? Islam is the youngest religion. So all they did was took pieces and parts from other religions and created their own. Oh, no big deal, but I understand that. So don't tell me it's the only truth. No, I'm not going for that one. Then you got Christianity and Judaism are religions too, albeit they're wrong. I'm not saying that. That's what somebody else is saying. That's their words, and let's see what they talk about. And that African spirituality, which is a way of life, not a religion, okay? And in the Eastern religion, you have the Hinduism, you have Buddhism, and you got Taoism, are no more than what? Speculations that are feeble, backward attempts at what? Religion, but not true religion. When you have a scholar, they call it, or whoever, who observing what was being done, out of their ignorance, they label it what they want, they call it what they want, and say that's what we're doing. That's just wrong. Moving on. So let's talk about, right quick, Netarianism. We are Netarians. Why? I'm going to show you why. The term Netarianism is derived from the name Shetaut Netta. Those who follow the spiritual path of Shetaut Netta or right thinking philosophy are therefore referred to as Netarians. Right thinkers, we are right thinkers. Netarians, same thing. Okay, the philosophy that we follow and practice is the same thing. We just do it a little different, hence right thinking philosophy. So, when referring to the religion of ancient Egypt itself, the term Netarianism will be used. So what? This term will be substitute for or be used interchangeable with the term ancient Egyptian religion or Commission religion. We call it spirituality. Okay, why? Because it wasn't a religion, it was a way of life. We're spiritual beings having a human experience. So what should we learn? Our spirituality. That's the hidden secret. That's what we're trying to get you to understand. Thyself is the secret. Calm down. Now, Netarian. When referring to anything related to the religion of ancient Egypt, the term Netarian will be used interchangeable with the other terms Shetaut Netta as it relates to the Commission term, another word for religion. Religion is the Western civilization name. We don't use religion, we call it spirituality. We know it was a way of life. When you was judged at Judgment Day, you was judged by how Mayat did you live. Again, concept. What is Netarian? Again, I broke the term down for you, but the term Netarian means a person, watch this. When referring to the religion of ancient Egypt itself, the term Netarianism will be used. This term will be substituted. I just did that. And all these are referring to what? The same thing. Again, Netarianism, Shetaut Netta, right thinking philosophy, ancient Egyptian religion, or Commission religion, etc. They're all the same thing. Said different. Again, I'm going to break that down for you as we go to about how God will be known by a myriad of names. And he told you in advance who and what he was. So fighting over the name that you call God is the dumbest thing you can have, and that's brought on by what? Religion. I asked the question, you think religion is the root of all evil? Yeah, 100%. Yeah, why? Because look at what it's been doing over the history. I ain't speaking about now. I'm talking about from 10,000 years on to now. We're still being bombarded and we're still fighting over who the name we call God. We're all fighting over God at April 1. When we couldn't realize that, one nation under groove, we'll be fine. George told us that a long time ago. Let's go. I'm trying to get that concept back. Why? It'll work if we all doing the same thing. If it's good or right, who loses? Moving on. The world should be right thinkers. All right. Let's talk right quick about the Medjugorje, the definition of Shetaut Netta, which is the writing of ancient Africa. Sheta or Sheta, Sheta S-H-E-T-A or S-H-E-T-A-U. It means the hidden. It means hidden, difficult to understand, mysterious, hard to get through. This is the purpose for what? Studying, having a teacher, and being taught and instructed in the ways of what you need to do to get where you want to go, which is immortality, the afterlife, nihas, knowing thyself. Sound familiar? That's my purpose. That's my goal. Nothing else. Let's go. See, Sheta Khepru. Khepru is the hidden creator of forms. He's the scarab-haired God. Okay, he represents what? New life, generation, fresh, every day, rebirth, new birth. Excuse me. Now, Sheta, or the writings related to the hidden teachings. Shet, S-H-E-T/Ta. Ta means land. Okay, land covered by what? The Nile flood. Sheta, S-H-E-T-A, the secret hidden divinity. You see where we're going with this? Everything that was she means what? Hidden. Okay, you have to study. You have to come up with understanding. You have to be taught and instructed so that then you can manifest the use of what? Your God-given skills to know thyself on a day-to-day basis in your everyday life. That's why it's what? A way of life, not a religion. Sorry. But then you got last one. You got Sheta Aset. That means the divinity of the hidden abode. Aset represents the crown. We know who she is. We know what she's about. Her headdress tells you that. All right. Last one. Shetaut. S-H-E-T-A-I. It means hidden, secret being. Who could that be? God, the divine, the essential nature, and the creator of all things. Okay, that's what the Medjugorje explained and broke down for us. Next one, we're going to talk about the etymology of the term Shetaut Netta. Here we have the term Sheta or Sheta, meaning, again, hidden, to understand. It's difficult to understand, meaning on your own, you might not be able to get to understand it, just like the Bible. You have to have somebody decode it for you. It's a coded book. Understand that. This is why you have our pastors and ministers to break it down for you. I take you through the whole book. I ain't gonna just take a paragraph and make a lesson not a whole hour long. No, I got a whole bunch of pages of information. I got information that's gonna keep coming at you. Why? That's how I got it. That's how it's coming. Let's go. Are you ready? Knowledge is fluid. It should just flow. Let's go. Now, when you're dealing with the etymology, Sheta means hidden, difficult to understand, hard to get through, a mystery. So somebody has to assist you. Hence, sage, preceptors, okay? Gurus, whatever you want to call them. But the term Sheta Khepru means what? Hidden creator. I tell you the creator one of forms. Shetaut. S-H-E-T-I-T-U. It means writings, again, related to the hidden teachings, aka Medjugorje. Sheta, S-H-E-T-A, that means the land that covered by the Nile flood. And when the Nile waters is overflowing, the land is covered, so it means what? Covered or shrouded. Okay? Sheta means the secret, again, divinity. Shetaut, S-H-E-T-A-U-T, Aset means the divinity of the hidden abode or the throne. Aset means the abode or throne. That's what that name means. Otherwise, intuitive knowledge and understanding another throne. But for now, it means the throne. Different aspects with different meanings and different purpose. And right now, Sheta means hidden, secret being, the divine of essential nature. This is the etymology of the term Sheta and Sheta Netta. Just try to break it down for you. I'm not going to go over Netta. We did that before, so waste of time. But I'm going to get to the next question you might want to ask. What is the essential philosophy of right thinking philosophy or Sheta Netta? Good question. Let's start with it's the spiritual culture and the purpose of life. Shetaut Netta explains it, breaks it down for you so that you can manifest it for yourself, aka live it. Men and women, watch this, here's a good one, are to become what? God-like. Right there. It's a slash. God-like. Meaning we are gods in the flesh. We become conscious of that. Now we become God-like what? In mind, in understanding, hopefully in your actions, what you're going to do, be, and act a certain way. Why? Because that's what godly people do. Righteous and virtuous living is good for everybody. And the reward is what? Immortality. They taught that. They understood that. And they lived it. Not a whole bunch of choices. No, I didn't have 3 or 4 different religious concepts. Only one. And when you got something that works, you don't need one. Moving on. Like I tell you, these kings and pharaohs. If I was a king, I don't need. When I was young, I love that. Have a whole bunch of women to have my pleasures with. When pleasures is not the end all be all your life, you don't need a whole bunch of women. You don't need to have them, but that's all they're for pleasures. Moving on, just a little tidbit. But when you come God-like through what? A life of what? Virtue, righteous living, and the cultivation of what? Your spirit through what? Scientific knowledge and practice of the bodily disciplines. Spiritual discipline is you living righteous and virtuous, upholding your personal integrity at all times, because the I signifies that God is watching and I'm conscious of that. I'm God conscious. I know thyself. Whatever phrase you want to use, that's what you want to be. What you call it don't mean much to me. But that's the ancient Egyptian proverb. Now, what is the essential philosophy of Shetaut Netta, aka right thinking philosophy? We will now go into, some of the basic philosophical principles. That's all you need to work with to start out. Okay? A commission proverb states, I just read that to you, man, but this might be referred to as the central purpose and the central goal of what? The entire process is what Shetaut Netta and right thinking philosophy stands for. This is what you are shooting for. Now, specifically, what does that mean? That is a matter for much deeper study for work in the temples. When you come into school and learn that, you'll get understanding. But they teach you metaphysics and all of the rest of the teachings that is reserved, and some of which has been given through what? Our books. That's what I got them for. How to cleanse yourself. Righteous and virtuous daily living is the way to cleanse and purify the heart. Doing good things. How to elevate yourself in what? Consciousness. Study. Learn the teachings. Get to understand the gods. That's what it's all about. And when you understand it, you can mimic and you can live them and they'll live through you. And that's the hard part. Right there. That's the hard part. Learning and understanding and then manifesting. I've done that. When you master those things, those qualities of yourself, you can claim to be a what? Right thinker or a self-master. Okay, mastery of oneself means I got total control over my actions, my emotions, and everything I say and do. Be responsible. That's all. If you say it, be it. Like my man said, say that and be about that. Simple. Hold yourself accountable. That's all. Let's go. Moving on. Now, I can tell you, you are divine self. 1,000 times. Now do it every day. We're spiritual beings, aka divine beings, having a human experience. We forget our divinity and think we're human. That's the problem. I'm trying to get you to know thyself. You know that you're God. You know you're not human. That's the goal. Now, but how do you actually have this experience on a perpetual basis. Become God conscious and live it daily. That's how. This is what the study of the philosophy. Put it in your work, study it, learn it, and then manifesting it for yourself, aka live it. That is the practice of spiritual disciplines. And we will discuss a little bit about those as well as we go further. I got you. Now, this is what our institute and the temples are all about. Disseminating what? The teachings and assisting in the practice of the teachings to those who need the extra help. Check me out. I can answer whatever you need done. I can get you there. Don't take it upon yourself. Well, I figure it out. No, just get help, get assistance. Sometimes our foolish pride gets in the way. Well, I ain't got to ask nobody for that. I can do it on my own. Okay. How's that working out for you? Moving on. I hate when I hear people say something they don't know, but they're going to figure it out. No, you get information. We in information era. Ain't no reason why you should be trying to figure something out. Google it. Sorry about that. Yes, I'm not going to argue with you about a perspective, an opinion about what I know. When I tell you something, if you don't trust me, don't believe me, Google it. Don't argue with me. I ain't got time for that. Moving on. Again, but before we go into that, we need to discuss why it is important to what? Study these teachings and the disciplines. Because without studying, you can't learn, you can't acquire, you can't obtain what it is you need to know. Without studying, that's like having a test and don't study for it. How are you going to be ready? Practice is the persistence in doing what you want and how you think you should be doing it, and all of a sudden your luck changes. No, just persist in what you want to do and then it get done. You are what you believe you are. You can do whatever you conceive, you can achieve if you put the work in. It don't just happen. Now, why should you not forget all of this and go out to a movie or a party or go do something to get rich, make money, so that what you can enjoy the pleasures of life? We think having a bunch of money gonna make us happy. We think doing things to make money. I sell drugs to make money. That didn't make me happy. Got me a bunch of time in prison. Okay, so some things for the love of money ain't gonna do it. Why? Because there's some things that's quite big against the rules that you're gonna do to get that money, and there's consequences that come with that. Moving on. So why should we discuss these things? Right thing philosophy. What should we be discussing? That is what is worthy of being discussed. You don't think knowing thyself, beginning how to know who you are, is worthy of some time you spend for yourself? Okay, be my guest. Watch this. But this goes on to a bigger question of life. What is my purpose in life? Why am I here? Okay? If you're asking those questions and wondering why you are living life as most other people and why you are still what? Unhappy. If you're not happy with your situation in life, change it. You're in control. So, watch this. If you're unhappy and you're still depressed, you're still dissatisfied, you're frustrated, and your life is seen to be empty. All these things are for those who are what? Egotistical. Those people who just want what they want, and when they don't get it, this is the way they feel. Like nothing's going right, nothing's good. Oh, I ain't got nothing. Because they're not being satisfied the way they want to. If you were a right thinker, you would live above your waist, and you would do good things, and good things that happen in return. You reap what you sow. If you're putting good work out, and I've been doing it for years, I've been being blessed for years just from putting good work out. I'm not a preacher. I can't tell you. I ain't trying to tell you about God. No, I'm just telling you, live and do right. Good things happen for you. Simple as that. That's a fact. That ain't my word. That's what it is. And where we at down here? Now, okay. Now, then, if you're doing this, then you are in the process. What? If you tune into me, you're in the process of what? Desiring to what? To be awakened to what? Your higher realities of life, aka knowing your true self. But it takes work to do that. It's only gonna happen when you decide that that's what you want to do. I got a lesson coming up, the pursuit of happiness. That's the next lesson, but I'm gonna skip past that for now to get to the other stuff I was trying to get to. I got you. Now let's talk about it right quick. What is the true purpose of life? Do you know? Talk about it. What is the purpose of life? Good question. Oh Lord. In order to tread a true and benefit path of life, it's necessary to what? Understand what is good in life and what is worth pursuing. Knowledge of self, virtuous and righteous living, integrity. Those are things that worth pursuing. That's what you want to do. Now, as opposed to what? What is not true or worth pursuing. The illusions of money, fame, and fortune. Those are all illusion. Everything that y'all chasing, that dragon. I call it the proverbial dragon. You're never going to catch him. That's like satisfying your ego. You're never going to do that. No matter how much you try, how long you try, it won't happen. Let it go. The philosophy proves what? Provides insight. The wisdom teachings related to this important issue need to be carefully studied and what? Diligently reflected upon by the individual until the message is understood clearly in your mind, so that you have complete understanding of the teachings that you're being taught. If not, you're wasting your time and the teacher's time. Get understanding, get the information where it's going to be beneficial for you, where you can use it. Like getting a gun with no bullets. What can I do with this? I can't use it. Me giving you information that don't mean nothing to you, that you don't understand, is the same concept. So get the bullets, I call them. Understanding is the bullets, okay, for the gun. Let's go. Now, the Commission Proverb states, the purpose of human life is to achieve a state of consciousness, aka God conscious, or to know thyself. Either one works for me. Spiritual enlightenment, whatever you want to call it. But this is the purpose of life, apart from what? Your bodily concerns. The physical body have to be kept in good working condition. Good diet, physical exercising, take care of the physical body. But with the mind, you have to study, you have to live and manifest for yourself. That's how it's done. Hence, mind, body, and soul. It's all about educating it, enlightening it, give it knowledge, and then manifesting what you learn. Men and women, again, ought to become God-like. What? Through a life of righteous virtues and cultivation of what? The spirit through his scientific knowledge. Remember, the conscience is spelled two ways. One is CONSCIENCE. That's the heart conscious. That's where God dwells. It's been proven, and since 1991, modern science has proven the heart has a brain. I knew that already. Moving on. Let's go. Why? Because I study, I pay attention, and I learn things. Okay, I told you, a wise man knows a little bit about a lot of things. A fool knows a lot about nothing. I'm just saying, don't be that one. Salvation, watch this. Knowledge and practice the body discipline. Why? Because salvation, what? What's salvation? Salvation is freeing of the soul from the bodily fetters, meaning you are elevating your consciousness so that your mouth won't get your butt in trouble. You won't say and do things that's going to you have to be responsible for. You get better at doing that. That's what salvation is. Now, is the freeing of your soul, becoming what? A God through what? Knowledge. You can't become God through belief. You can't become God through wishing and hoping and praying. That don't get it done. It's the work that you put in that becomes God. And what's that? Knowledge and wisdom. And controlling what? Now, with knowledge and wisdom of the self, you control what? The force. Remember that? Right there, because use the force. That's your God talent that you learn to master for yourself as you studying and learning about them because of the headdress. Quick one. So the force of the cosmos is controlling them instead of what? Instead of being a slave to them. Subduing what? Your lower nature. There we go. And through what? Awakening to the higher self, Haru, in you. And that, by doing this, what happens? Watch this. By doing that, you're ending the cycle of what? Rebirth and redwelling with the netters who direct the control of the great plains. Means you go hang out with the gods, okay, for eternity. You made it back home where you come from. I'm almost done. What should be the purpose of life? Well, some people's different, but watch this. Should the purpose of life be to get rich? For some people, that is. To have lots of fame? Some people enjoy that too. Or big family? Okay. No. to all of them. No. The purpose of life is to become again. A right thinker, aka become God-like. Further, to become what? One with God. Everything is on the one. When you become God conscious, your heart and your mind have now functioned as one. Two things come together working in harmony. Two opposites come together working for the good of one. All those things which you have to learn and mimic and manifest for yourself, and you'll understand that rule holds true no matter what you say or do. Let's go. I'm almost done. Now, if you decide to adopt right thinking philosophy of Shetaut, and you meet, say, a Christian, a person on the road, how will you respond to them? Perhaps you have friends in your family who are Christians, I got Muslims, etc. And they may ask you, what are you doing? I'm right thinking. You may answer, I am practicing African religion. No, I'm practicing Shetaut or right thinking philosophy, aka Semi-Tawi or Shetaut. I am practicing Neterism. There you go. That's what it is. Now, suppose they ask you, well, what is your goal in Neterism? Bam, there you go. Do not tell them you are trying to become God or goddess. Why? Don't waste your time getting into that kind of conflict because in their view, only Jesus Christ can do that. But in the African religion, everybody can do that and not in some future time, but right now, in your lifetime, becoming spiritually enlightened is something you had to do before what? The body runs out, aka death to the body. That's why. In ancient times, there were certain genre of literature that they called the Harper's Song. In the lesson on that, I'm going to come back and finish it up. But right now, right thinkers, in closing, you know the deal. May you all live to be 100 and may 100 minus the day. So I never know that right thinkers like you have passed away. I'll be right back.